Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Made in Abyss Season 2 episode number 4 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we arrived at the village of Hollows. There we met a character called Majikaja. Yeah, I think that was his name. And he kind of introduces us to everything. A very peculiar thing kind of happens in this village. Is this village is being protected by something, and some kind of a thing is happening here, and because of that protection there are certain rules which actually kind of revolves around the value of things. Now it's kind of like an automatic, you could say, security thing that kind of goes on here, which where people cannot steal value. Everything has its own value, and the whole way the value is calculated is very interesting here. For example, it changes depends on how people perceive something to be. If something is of greater value to you, someone else won't be able to buy it off of you unless and until they are able to actually compensate the amount of value that you hold for that particular thing through some other means. So basically, you cannot steal stuff, and you cannot forcefully take stuff from others. You cannot like extort stuff out of the other people. You can't be like, oh, this thing I like it, give it to me for, I don't know, like a very small amount of money. And you can't like beat him up or bully the other person to get it, because the security measure or whatever the thing is going to catch you, and it's going to take everything out of you. Because the other person, as long as the other person thinks of that particular thing as valuable, you cannot acquire it unless and until you provide something of equal value to it. So, and if you're unable to provide, if you actually take it or injure it or pay, do damage to it, you'll get destroyed completely. Your body, everything will be taken out, and to actually compensate the value of the other thing. So and someone actually actually fell into that thing in the previous episode. Like a weird creature kind of did something to Mania, and since Rico loves Mania so much, he's like unreplaceable, as extremely valuable. The thing had to actually actually pay off the damage by just sacrificing itself. The village security thing, it like tore apart the creature to compensate the value, and that was crazy. So yeah, like that's kind of an very interesting law or whatever is going on here, and how everyone's protected and all. There's a lot of information we got in the previous episode. And yeah, and another thing that happened in the previous episode is, obviously we saw Prushka is there, it's like in safe and sound, and in the end we see that there's a person who's like of utmost importance in this village, the princess of the Hollows. Her name is Fakuta. And yeah, and we kind of then go back to the other team and see how they met all the characters here in the abyss, in the sixth layer, and how they got introduced to everything. So let us begin. This is episode number 4. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, here we go. Wait, this thing can got talk. Whoa. Damn. Oh. Okay. 4. Oh yeah, I noticed it now. Oh my god. Yeah, the Princess of Hollows. Wait, what? What was that? His memories. Wait, she knows him. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. She doesn't realize that he has forgotten her. What? Whoa, 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 whoa! What is? My god! Longing to. Whose voice was that? Whoa! I was not expecting that. Like, Reg actually having connections to her. Like, so Reg has connections to Liza, to Fakuta as well. Like, who was he? Like, what? Like, it seems like he has like connections to almost everyone who's like some kind of a big deal. Now, I'm pretty sure Fakuta is, or maybe not. Like this girl that is with the other team, she kind of awfully looks like her. This girl, that's probably Fakuta. I think so. So, so that would mean that Reg also has connections to this team, or I don't know. Okay. It's so weird if you look at the opening, that part where we see Rico having fun with the others. That creature is there, the one who injured Mania, and they're like having fun with Mania, kind of like on Rico's shoulder. And I realized that that thing, like that creature, is actually dead in the actual show. While in the opening, they're showing us everyone's having fun. Like, wow. Oh my god, friend. Hmm. Just what he calls her. No need. Wait, we have the money with us or whatever. Maybe. Exactly. Yes. Wait, what? What? Signals of the sword. Ah, so you have to be genuine. You cannot lie and say, "Oh, that thing's value is extreme to me," or okay. Someone can fool themselves with their own words. Ah, probably Mitty, Reg, and Rico. Hmm. Yeah, go home. Wait, what? Wait, what? How did? What's happening? How does he know? Oh my god, wait. Oh, wait, 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 wait. So, Mitty. Oh my god, there's quite a few things in that conversation that is interesting. Oh my god. Yeah. Um. Eh. How? Was he gonna smell it or something? Yeah, smelling it. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh, no, stop, stop, stop. Oh. The place where he got stabbed. No! Oh my god, please! Oh, I cannot stop this. Oh. Like, enough with. Oh my god, enough with inserting things in. Oh. I hate this. Yes! Oh my. Okay, this is too uncomfortable. Haku? Haku. Highest value. Oh, okay. Why does everyone like? Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it. Wait, what? How did he? My God, there's so many questions. Yeah, like so his name was Reg from the beginning. Then how did Rico name him Reg? Same time. Okay, so he is not going to die. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Oh. Oh, this thing. Oh boy. Yeah. Never perish. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Like, like he doesn't have his memories. So, what? Flowers? What is that? Oh, these are eternal, yeah, fortunes, eternal fortune. Celebrations and funerals. Shrimp cycles and returns to the netherworld. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright. She's still. Okay, oh boy. Uh, Obviously, it has like a. What is that? It just wipe. That's handy, you know. Hey, the water. I feel like the okay. That's clean water. Is that clean? I think so. Hmm. Okay. Okay. It thing did point in the right direction though. Reg did go that direction. Oh, maybe Mania can. I don't think you should scream like that. There's a lot of people here who are probably. Wait, wasn't Nachi supposed to keep an eye on her? What happened to? Oh my god, like I said, you shouldn't have screamed. There's a lot of people interested in you here. Wait, Nachi was supposed to come back. What happened to her? Where did she go? Oh no. Please don't go alone. Yeah, you don't even know what she said. Oh god. Where is Nana? I'm guessing Nachi's probably coming back on the way. Majima. Is that a rhinoceros beetle? Oh boy, they're just following her. Well, obviously, like. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Hopefully. Oh my god, this is a. Okay, please back down. Go back, please. Yeah, I don't think this is. They don't know her value. Oh my god, they don't know her value. They're the new people. Oh my god. I was just saying, why is she going alone outside? They don't know. They were not here. Oh god. Why did she decide to. Like, I cannot. She just saw what happened and then she decides to just go out alone. Oh my god. Stop. Wait, what? Wait, where did. This thing is okay. What? Didn't they destroy him? Oh boy, the balancing. There you go. You guys are all screwed. Yep. Well, they're going to know now. Hopefully they'll be fine this time. Oh my god. That's a value, you know. Damn. He's like traumatized now. He's like, oh, I need to save this thing. What's up with this thing's butt? What is that? Muscular. Yeah, how? Oh, the balancing is over. Hey. Oh, the hand got replaced with something. What's happening to him? Ah, okay, that's why. Okay, ma. Oh my god. Nanachi, what? Hmm. Okay. Oh, hopefully there's good food here. Like unlike the garbage that we ate. Another thing I realized, you cannot give money to anyone here. Like donate money. You cannot do that because everything has a value. Oh boy. Let Ma decide. Yeah. Yeah. I love the way they talk to each other. I don't think that's how you should decide because what is that? Oh, wait. Oh, that's a very tiny spoon. Oh, what? Yeah, I don't think that doesn't look appetizing at all. It's, okay, it tastes good. Wait, does she have money enough to pay for it? I think so. Wait, this thing can talk. You can talk. Oh my god, stop. Oh, who? Oh, hello there. What is this? That's Wazukyan? That's Wazukyan. Oh my god. The three sages. So one is Wazukyan. Whoa. Wait, what is that a dragon or something? What is that? Oh my god, what? Hey, that's. Is that witty? Yeah, that's Mitty. Or is it? Then we will transition it. Wait, is that girl, isn't it? That girl? Whoa, what? Okay, so many questions. First of all, it seems like Reg has connections to people from the older generation, the one we saw, with them as well. Like, Faputa. I'm pretty sure Faputa is that girl, the one with the. I forgot her name. That girl, the girl we saw in the end. I'm pretty sure Faputa is the girl, the little girl who's with her. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty sure Faputa is from the older generation. And not only that, Rick also has some connection to Liza. That is already established in the previous, like in the movie and also in season one. They kind of made us realize that he has some connection with Liza. And okay, so interesting. Another weird thing. How did why and not only how but why did Rico gave Reg's name Reg? His name was Reg from the beginning. How did Rico know that? Like so many. Okay, that's it. Ugh, so many things. Okay, first of all, we begin with Reg meeting Faputa, and Faputa said something like, "Oh, finally, like he's here," or something like that. Like my days of waiting are over, and just jumps on top of him, and like Faputa, like her words, it obviously we from that we can kind of gather that she knows Rico. She not Rico, sorry, Reg from the beginning, and she was just waiting for him, and she is like called her by his name, Reg, and we can gather that they have some kind of a connection from the past. Obviously, Reg doesn't remember it because Reg has amnesia or whatever. And yeah. Now, I do wonder what that thing is on who's on top of which Fabuta kind of kind of goes around that big robot thing. You know what? He kind of reminds me of that big robot. It reminds me of those things. I forgot their names. I think they're called a daddy or something like the from Bioshock. Those big robot things. Like it's a kind of a round thing like the I think they were called something dad or something like that. I don't remember what they were called. It's been so long I've played Bioshock. But yeah, they kind of remind me of them, those big round things. Anyways, so as soon as she calls him Reg, Reg gets like a little flashback, and we can see in the flashback that someone who looks like, or not looks like, but obviously that's a Faputa. We get to see her, and just a sec, where is that? Where is that flashback? Okay, here we go. All right, just calling her Reg from the flashback, we can see now. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not so sure. Like I just assumed that this Faputa is actually the same girl from the past who we see with that girl, the other girl, the little girl. Kind of because they kind of look similar. Their faces, especially. Or maybe I'm wrong, or I don't know. But either way, I'm sure I'll get my answer. We get to see Reg having that flashback, and we see Fabuta's pretty scared of all the other people just kind of staring at her, and she's like, oh, I don't like this. Grabs Reg, jumps on top of that thing, and just goes away. Now, after that, we get to you know what? I was kind of saying that in the opening we see Ma, kind of having fun with Rico and Mania, and I was like, what the hell? Like, Ma just died. In the previous episode, Ma just died, and in the opening we see him having fun. Like, that's kind of cruel, isn't it? Like, but then like in this episode we see Ma is fine. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense, I guess. Like, why he's having so much fun in the opening, because he's actually not dead. I genuinely thought he died in the previous episode, but yeah, I don't know how he survived, but somehow he survived. So okay. Now we can see Nanachi trying to, like, kind of contact Reg, but unfortunately the connection has been actually blocked or something. And now I was just saying, like, why is Nanachi not going? But then I realized that Nanachi actually was on a, like, was going to buy clean water and food for Rico. But actually, I don't know. I feel like if, like, it would have been better if she actually went back to Rico first, kind of stayed there, and, like, just informed her that, oh, I'm going to buy food and this and that, like, you stay here, because I am really not comfortable seeing all the characters here all separated and doing their own thing in this village when nobody knows what the hell can happen. Like, why are they acting separately? Like, I understand, like, the whole thing with Nanachi and Reg wanted to go and see Fakuta, while Nanachi actually, I decided to buy food and, like, keep an eye on Rico. But I don't understand why the hell Rico decided to just go alone. But you know what? This is Rico we're talking about from the past, like, 2 seasons, like, not seasons, but the first season and the movie. We can see Rico is just too curious about everything, and, like, she doesn't have that fear factor in her. It's so weird if you think about it. Like, like, this is the thing with Rico. Like, she almost dies in one of the instances, and then, like, after 5 minutes, I feel like she just forgets about it, and she just does her own thing again. How can someone be this, like, just fearless about something like that? Like, it's weird, like, in just in the previous episode, we see, like, she saw Mania almost die in front of her, and now she's like, oh, let me go alone outside, like, just, like, just have a little tour of this village. And oh boy, she almost got killed again after that. And I'm like, why? Like, why don't you learn? But that's Rico. Like I said, like, from season 1, we've been seeing her. She's just like this, like, nothing you can do about it. That's just her personality, I guess. Like, she almost dies 1 second, the next second she just forgets about it. And then she's just doing the same thing. So yeah, well, nothing you can do about it. That's just her. I'm pretty sure she's going to do this in the future. As we go deeper into the story, she's going to do this multiple times as well. But either way, Nanachi, okay, now Nanachi and Majikaja is, like, going, and now here I need to look at this part again, because there are a lot of thing kind of comes, like, now Majikaja says quite a few interesting things here. First of all, they're talking about the whole balancing thing. And one thing is kind of interesting that Majikaja tells us, that the value is actually not based on what other people say, it's based on the soul of others. So basically, somehow the village knows what other people's souls are, like, in how in other people's soul, which things value is how much. Like, for example, it's not because Rico said that Mania is precious to her and invaluable that the balancing started. It's because it was true. She genuinely thought that Mania was irreplaceable to her, and that is the reason why the balancing triggered. Like, I guess this is fair enough, because then a lot of people might try to find some loophole in this and might say something like, oh, that thing's extremely precious to me, while in their heart they doesn't, like, that's not the case. So some might try to actually, like, trick someone like this, or do some kind of a thing like this to trick the system, find a loophole. So to counter that, I'm guessing that's how it is go. Like it's not because someone says it's valuable that it's valuable. It's because if they genuinely think from their soul that that thing is valuable, then that thing will be valuable. So you cannot just lie. You cannot do that. That's not how it works. So which is obviously, like, I feel like that's fair. Like, that's a fair thing, because people might lie. So that's one thing that we got to know, and interesting, information. And one thing that Majika just says is also kind of interesting. uh Nanaji says, but aren't there people who really believe their own lies, which is interesting. Like, yeah, there are people like that. Some people might lie such a, might lie to themselves and they actually believe it, you know and for them, what happens, and Majika says, if someone can fool themselves with their own words, like, fooling yourself is a big deal. Then that is the truth, which is, yeah, I can also understand that, because obviously if you can fool yourself to think that you think something is valuable, by the end of it, that thing will genuinely become valuable to you, I feel like. And that's what Majika says here. He says that, yeah, if you can fool yourself, then it's the truth. It'll become a signal of the soul before long. Okay, so there you go. Now he asks him what's Nanachi's value, what thing she feels valuable is, and obviously for her it's Mitty, Reg, and Rico. Okay, I need to read this part. Majika says, like, where is that? Okay, Majika says, but Nanachi, you know her well, huh? Question mark. Even though Belaf, wait, just a sec. Let me go a little bit back because he says something very interesting here. Okay, let's see. Mitty. Majika says, Hadi, Mitty. He's like, yeah, Mitty, and those guys too. Don't care about the rest. Kaja understands your feelings. She smells very good. Kaja wants her too. Now, who is Kaja talking about here? Is it Mitty or is it Rico? I think it's Mitty, isn't it? I think he's talking about Mitty here. Okay, he says, but Nanachi, you know her well, huh? Even though Belaf of the three sages is using her. Now, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Mitty here. Because in the end, we see Mitty is there with like a dragon, and I'm guessing that dragon is Belaf, that guy. You remember the guy from the past thing where, like, the guy with the white hair, and that guy. I think that's Belaf. So we got to see all three characters, I feel like. Wazukyan, Belaf, and the other guy, the girl. I forgot her name. Oh boy. Wait. Weko? Something like that? Oh boy. You know what? Let me check. Otherwise, it's going to bother me. I think it was Weko or something like that. Okay, Vueko, yeah. Vueko or Vuelo, whatever. So Vueko we kind of saw in the end, and we also saw Belaf here, which I think is the dragon thing in the, like, and we saw the one with Mitty, because Majikaja clearly says here, even though Belaf of the three sages is using her being Mitty, and Mitty was with that dragon thing in the end, so I'm guessing that dragon thing is Belaf. And we also saw Wazukyan. So these are the three sages. I'm guessing Wazukyan, Belaf, and Vueko. Or okay, you know what? Let's see. Like, confirmed. Two things are confirmed. Belaf and Wazukyan. These two are the sages. Two sages. Who's the other sage? That's the question. Is it Vueko? But okay. Here he says, even though Belaf of the three sages is using her. Now, obviously, Nanachi is confused. Nanachi is like, what? Okay. Wazukan says that Mitty, that warm mass of curse the masked man left behind. Warm mass of curse. Okay. Now, obviously, March is like, what the hell is this guy saying? Mitty is alive? Where is Mitty? And she's like, what do you mean? The three sages are the ones who made this place. Okay. Oh, okay. So the three sages are the one who made this place. Okay. All right. She's like, did I hear wrong? Okay. What left who behind exactly? So another thing, if you kind of go back, wait a minute. The thing about Bondred that he says. So okay, where is that part? Oh boy, I just missed it. Okay, the war mass of curse the masked man left behind. Left behind? What? Wait. Wait, did Bondred left Mitty here after they like they killed Mitty completely using that cannon? Okay, like that's what he's implying. He's just saying that the masked man left Mitty here. Or is that like just in a like a way of saying, like he's like saying like, oh, like left Mitty behind, like I don't know. Or did he literally come and left her here? Bondred. I'm sure I'll get my answer in the next episode. Anyways, okay, quite a few things, interesting thing. First of all, the whole thing with Bondred. So if he really left Mitty behind, that's kind of interesting because Mitty was supposed to have been completely annihilated, completely. So somehow, I don't know how, but Mitty is alive and she was brought here. And he says like Belaf is using her, the one of the three sages. And I'm guessing that's him, the dragon thing. All right, next we move to Reg and what's her name, Faputa. And Faputa's obviously very confused. She's like, what the hell has happened to you, you know, like. And Reg says like, I'm actually like, you know, I have amnesia, I've forgotten everything. And here Faputa like, you know, kind of looks at Reg and starts saying stuff like, oh, like, you know, let me see if you're at the actual Reg. She even like, says something like, oh, you're supposed to be mine, how dare he put his hands on him, which I'm probably guessing she was like implying Bondred. So oh god. And then the weird stuff starts, you know, like I don't know what the hell is up with the people here. Everyone loves poking things, they just love it. And like, you know, in the movie Bond, like, you know, the thing like, it just got like this makes me so uncomfortable. Like normal gore and everything, it's fine, you know, like I don't have much problem. Obviously I'm not that much like, you know, like obviously I kind of look back and everything whenever gory parts come out, but I don't have much problem with it. This thing actually makes me uncomfortable, like, you know, like actually piercing something in your belly button, it feels so weird, you know, like. And oh my god, like even in the movie I was so uncomfortable when, like, you know, the pierce the belly button. Like just imagining your belly button getting pierced like this is so uncomfortable and so just revolting. I feel like oh, like that makes me uncomfortable so much. And again she does that, just oh god, pokes the just puts the, yeah, like I don't know why she did that, like, oh, probably to taste the blood or something, I don't know. But either way, just she just ends up doing that. And oh, then she kind of tastes it, and she says that the taste is the same. Sosu starts licking. Oh my god. Okay, now she says something unusual. She said, you'd say you'd being Haku. Haku, which means higher value, is like something of big value. When did he say that? I'm guessing in the past, maybe before he had amnesia or something. And then she starts fiddling with his pants. I'm like, what is happening? Why do everyone, not only her, but like there's so many things that's actually so weird in this show. First of all, Rico and like everyone like just loves fiddling with like what's his name, Reg, and Reg just loves groping everyone and smelling everyone. Like it's just and obviously Fabuta as well just smells and she's like, oh, you're Fabuta's Reg after all. Just show me just in case and just oh my god. And Reg just freaks out, just runs away. Now here the thing that they bring up, which I don't know why, but it never got in my head, and it never like actually I realized it. Reg says something like, why are you calling me Reg? I was not Reg. My Reg is the name that Rico gave to me. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's right. Why is she calling him Reg? Like Reg never met, like introduced himself, and that was the name that Rico gave him on like which was her pet dog's name. So I'm like, what is happening now? This would mean that this implies, I think, one thing. I'm not so sure. Somehow or the other, Rico also had some kind of a connection with Reg before, and she probably either doesn't remember or she was too small to remember. Like the whole thing, like since Liza, and it's pretty clear that Liza and Reg had a connection. That could also like that can also imply that maybe somehow or some like when Rico was very small or very young, and when she doesn't even remember the time, maybe she actually came in contact with Reg then, and at that moment when she was very small, and obviously she's become big and she doesn't remember it, like it's childhood memories, but there's still a part of her in a subconscious that probably remembers Reg as Reg, and that's why probably she also gave the dog her dog's name Reg. And after meeting Reg, she also like that some conscious somehow or the other made her name him Reg again, which is actually his actual name. Like this can be a possibility, because Liza and Reg had a connection. That could easily mean that maybe some Rico also maybe met Reg when she was extremely small or very small, and she doesn't even remember that, but her subconscious remembers it, something like that. That's like one possibility. That's all I can think of as an answer to this, but I don't know. Like another possibility which is impossible to happen is this being a complete coincidence. I think that's impossible, because that's like a very weird probability or coincidence. Like the probability of that is like very 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 low, like it's like 0.001% or something, like of naming Reg as his actual name without even knowing about it. So I don't think that's how it what it is. But the thing that I said, that possibility that Rico already knew Reg from her childhood and she doesn't remember it, that has a possibility of happening. Otherwise, this I don't know, I can't find any other probable answer to this. Either way, Faputas like, no, your name is Reg, you were Reg from the beginning. And Reg is like, okay, you know what, I'll just leave, and he tries to leave, and then Faputa says something. Faputa's like, oh, why are you spending your time with the humans? They're just going to die. What are you going to do after that? Which again kind of gives us a hint, maybe Reg is actually an immortal or something like that. So yeah, and Reg is like, I'll think about it at that moment, not now. And he leaves, and Fabuta's not happy. Fabuta's just crying and everything. Now, while going back, Reg meets that robot thing. I don't know what that is, but kind of meets it, and he just goes on his own way. Then Reg is coming back, and he's thinking about what Faputa said and what kind of connection he has, and he thinks another thing, which is like, what's going to happen if my memory comes back? Will I be the same person? Because memory is everything. Memory makes your personality and everything. Like if you suddenly forget who you are, obviously, it's a big thing. So if your memories comes back, what is he going to do? How is he going to react to it? And then something weird happens. Flowers of the that flower, the fortune flower, whatever they're called, flowers of fortitude. Yeah, they're kind of flowing down, and there was like a lot of names with the like plates with names on it. And Reg remembers how those are actually either used for celebrations or death. So she obviously like he realized it's probably like some kind of a thing happening. Like these like are the people who died. So something's happening to the abyss. While on the other hand, Rico is obviously still in the toilet, and it's like the toilet is very weird. Obviously, the toilet just has its own mind. Like it keeps wiping. Oh my god, what the hell? Like imagine that thing wiping your ah. But at least it actually eats and tries to keep away the flies, you know. Like, that's something good. Now she remembers like leader told her to drink water, so she drinks water, and she's like trying to find out where Nanachi and Rico is, Reg is. Now at this moment I actually kind of forgot for a moment that Nanachi was actually going to go meet the whole thing about Mitty she's interested in, you know. So I was like continuously telling her, where is Nanachi, wasn't she supposed to keep an eye on her? And, like it kind of completely went out of my mind, like that thing happened and she was actually going to go and see where Mitty is. So yeah. Now but like I said, like, and I at least expected Rico to just sit still after what happened to Mania in the previous episode. But like I said, she's just fearless, and she has this weird, like type of a fearlessness where she just goes through a life or death situation, and after 5 minutes she just forgets about it and does the same thing. And so I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's just Rico. Nothing you can do about it. So she one like another mistake that she makes, she comes out and just starts screaming Reg Nanachi, and everyone just looks at her, and everyone's obviously like interested in who she is, what she's doing, like a new type of a creature, and just looking at her. Rico realizes her mistake after screaming, and she's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And she just kind of informs the man, the person in the register or whatever of the inn that, oh, this is like this is the money, and give Rico and not Rico, Reg and Nanachi like a report that I am actually outside. And she decides to kind of go around, and she's moving, and oh my god, then she comes across a few weird things where she asks for directions to Majikacha. Now it would have been one thing if they were actually this one of the same creatures who we saw in the previous episode, because they saw Rico's value, so they wouldn't do anything to her. These are some new characters who were not present there, so they don't know about Rico's value thing. So obviously they're going to try to do the same thing, because you remember Majikara said something about how children actually fetches a high amount here, their body parts and everything. So yeah, now like I'm just face palming here continuously. Like not only that, after that she just she's like going on her way, and she sees everyone following her, and she still keeps going, and they're like those creatures, they're like, oh, Majikaja that says something and kind of shows like a direction, and Rico just goes towards that direction, like what they were pointing towards. And I'm like, why are you doing that? That's obviously a trap. And yeah, like it's like the creature's just waiting for her. She knows that these are some different creatures from the previous day, still she goes inside. And oh my god, this girl. And then obviously everyone's just trying to grab Mania, and kind of grabbing her as well, trying to harm them. And they don't know the whole thing about the values. So Rico's trying to tell them, but they don't care, they're doing their own thing. And I'm like, oh my god, is it going to happen again? Like Mania's again going to get just killed or something like that? And thank god Ma came in and just saved Mania. Like I'm guessing Ma realized Mania's worth in here, And like Ma realized, like, oh my god, like if these things actually harm Mania again, the same thing is going to happen, the balancing. And yeah, like thankfully Ma saves Mania, and Mania was not that much injured. So, and it grabs Rico and kind of rushes out of there, and the balancing starts, obviously, like now I'm guessing this time all of them probably got off by like some small little, like like fine or something like that, because they didn't hurt Mania that much, or they got stopped before they were about to hurt Mania. And same with Rico as well. They probably got a little bit of injury or something. Mania probably got a little bit suffocated, and that was it. And I'm guessing the balancing this time was a lot more tamer than previously, because previously what Ma did was actually kind of really injure Mania. So yeah, this time I'm guessing the balancing was a lot more tamer than the other, like like than how what Mark went through. Like his body parts and everything were taken. And I, like it was a shock here, obviously, because I actually thought Ma was dead. But you know what, like I kind of understand. Like they probably left him alone after they took a few of his body parts, and the worth was actually kind of compensated. Now, like for an indication to that, we can see, like like her hand has been replaced, with something here, which probably is like the reason behind it is like because in the previous episode we saw her hands, like Ma's hands getting torn off by the balancing. So yeah, now Rico's helmet got eaten up, and I don't know what the hell is going to happen with that, because everything has a value here. So I'm expecting somehow she's going to get compensated for the helmet. I don't know, but either way, Ma is very, like thankful, like that Mania is fine. Like, like in Ma's head is like traumatized. She's like, oh my god, like nothing should, like no harm should come to this little creature. Then yeah, it'll be crazy otherwise. And yeah, like I was and she's kind of looking at like Mania's butt and like trying to see if everything is fine or not. And gives Mania to Rico, and Rico's like, oh, like thank you so much, and like I'll be on my way. And Ma starts crying. Now I don't know why Ma was acting like this. Like obviously, like I can understand when Rico comes back and Rico's like, do you want to go with me? And Ma's like, yes, I want to. Like obviously Ma did not say that, but that's the vibe I felt from him. And that's what he indicated, like so obviously, like he wanted to go along with Rico, that's why he was crying. But I don't understand why did he want to go with Rico. Like I feel like if, like if someone was in Ma's position who just got almost killed because they got involved with Rico and Mania, I feel like they would probably stay miles away from Rico just because they'll be scared if like something like that happens again. But it's interesting to see that Ma actually wants to go with Rico. So I'm like, okay, interesting. Another thing, like I said, like I said this in the previous video as well, previous episode, that I said that Ma actually is probably not a bad person. Probably Ma got curious as to what Mania is and just kind of suffocated it a little bit, didn't understand, and accidentally hurted Mania. And like he was ignorant. So that's why it happened. That's why I was like, even like though I was a little bit mad that Mania was getting, like Mania got hurt, like Ma is not at fault here, because he just didn't know about it. And after that, what happened, like almost Ma almost died because of the balancing. And I was like, oh, that's a bit too far. Obviously Rico also said the same thing, like I feel like this is going too far. So yeah, Ma, like like as a creature, I felt like Ma's fine, like he's like a good character, just unfortunate. And I just thought he died or something, but thankfully he's fine. And now that he knows that, I don't know if this is a he or a she, whatever, I'm going to call him a he. And now that he knows that Mania is valuable and so is Rico, like I feel like he's probably trying to make friends with Rico and Mania. That's why I'm guessing he was crying when Rico just tried to leave him behind. And it's so happy, like it's so nice to see them happily, just like hand in hand, just off on their journey. Mania on top of Ma's head. Oh boy. Now, now she kind of realizes like the balancing happened, and like she's kind of curious. And after that, we see Ma and Rico go to like a dining place, like like a kitchen kind of place where everyone's being cooked, a diner, being cooked food. And Rico sits down, and this is this creature. It looks like an old lunch lady, especially the look and the face, the way she was looking at Rico. Like like in anime, you have those lunch ladies who kind of make food for you, or like in a tavern, like the mistress of the tavern or something. That type of a character she looked like, and she's just kind of asked them what they wanted, and Rico's like, oh, I want that same thing that thing is eating. That little creature has mouth. I also have mouth, so that means I will also be able to eat. Fair enough. They bring her the thing. It's like a huge thing, and it's like half of it is just air. You know what? You know what this reminded me of? Those chips packet. You have them like they just fluff, like just puffed up with like nitrogen or whatever, like as preservatives, and they're just this big. And when you open it, it's like on the the lower bottom, there's like a few chips just lying there. It kind of felt like that. Like when it popped it open, it's like everything's air, and there's like the little thing in the like in the bottom. Oh boy. Oh well, that's a scam, Like in the menu, obviously, everyone is going to see like that huge thing is on the menu, and they'll be like, "Oh, that looks so appetizing." They're going to order it, and they're going to realize that half of it is air. Oh boy, but yeah, that was inside it. It was like some kind of roasted organs or something. Oh, she did mention it was roasted testicles or something. I'm like, God damn. The food that they eat here. Uh, Now, I'm guessing Rico has money on her. So, okay. Now, one thing I mentioned here, I don't quite know about this, but like since everything is it's like a value on everything, you cannot steal anything. I do wonder if donations is actually allowed here. Like if you can actually give something to someone without expecting something, can you do that? I do wonder about it. Like for example, you might be like, oh, here you go. You don't have enough money, take it. You don't have to like give me anything back for it. That can happen in the normal world, but in here can they do it? Because this village has this strict rule of everything has value, so I don't think you can actually do it here. Like I feel like Rico cannot just like feed someone else and say something like, oh, this money, this food, you don't have to pay for it, I'll pay it for you. I don't think that can happen here, or who knows, I'm not sure. Oh, but the village just kind of know the signal of the souls, so I'm guessing that's how maybe it is able to kind of understand whether it's actually someone is actually giving something to someone, or like it's been forcefully taken. Maybe you can make that distinction. So who knows? Like this moment I was thinking about it. The reason why is because I saw Ma eating, and I was like, wait, does Ma have enough money on him for to eat this? And then I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe Rico actually like is giving Ma like like a treat or something. And then it kind of like I kind of thought about like, wait, can we even give someone some treat here? Because like the whole balancing thing and the whole value thing, like can we even give someone something here? Because everything has a value here, and that's how I kind of thought about it. So yeah, anyways, because eating, and it's tasty, I feel like, because like having a nice time. It's spicy and it's tasty as well. And the lunch lady says like that's a roasted testicle. I love the fact that Rico doesn't even flinch at that. Oh boy. Okay, and she's like, no one serves it but me. And obviously she's surprised. She's like, wait, you talk our language? Like, so you're someone who can also talk, like I thought Majika just the only one. And she says like there's a few others who can talk as well. For example, that big one over there, And here you go. Here we meet Wazukyan. So this creature, she says like that's Wazukyan of the three sages. Obviously, the same Wazukyan we see, in the past. So I'm guessing everyone here became hollows some way or the other. Okay, and I do wonder if this lunch lady as well was also part of Wazukyan's crew or something. Anyways, now Wazukyan has a cool design though, like it's a hollow. Like half of it is like a skeleton and half of it is like something else. Now, that's one of the sages, Wazukyan. Other sage we kind of got to know Belaf, who is, I'm guessing, who is the dragon that we see next. I don't know. I don't even think that's a dragon. What is that? It's like a weird worm kind of creature. And Nanachi and Majikaja goes in, and here we see that huge creature, which I think is Belaf. And wait a minute. Yeah, I think that's Belaf. Because Majikaja did mention that Miti is with Belaf, and here we find Miti. That means the other creature here is Belaf, and who is another one of the sages. But all that aside, obviously, what's her name? Nanachi. Nanachi is very happy to see Miti again. And at first I was like, is that actually Miti or is it someone else? But then I was like, yeah, that's probably Miti. And that's where, oh no, then another thing happens. Now here, I think that's Veko. She starts narrating and she says, once one has finally found their treasure, one's value will transition and one's journey will end. Interesting. So it's basically saying like once someone has found their treasure, the value of everything else will transition. So Miti is her treasure, and once she found her treasure, and she's saying that the journey will end. But I don't think that's what's going to happen to Nanachi, because not only Miti, but I feel like Rico and Reg are also her treasure, and her goal is to actually go along with them till the end. And so I don't think their journey is going to end, at least. I don't know. And we see here, that's probably Viveko, kind of like weird. I don't know. I think those are like hollows or something, like those things kind of on underneath her. And one thing we can see, there's like weird wire kind of things from her back connecting her to something. And I think, oh, you know what? I understand what these are. This is the balancing, isn't it? So these creatures, these weird creatures that are underneath her, like she was petting them, being connected to, like, it's like a chain on her neck, and it's being like, there's like wires all over. She's being like, imprisoned by something or someone. So, and these are the things that pop up whenever balancing happens. So I'm guessing the whole balancing thing is somehow connected to Virgo here. So yeah, and that's where it ends. Wow, so many questions, but I'm sure I'll get my answers as we go more into the story. But yeah, so we actually meet all the three characters, all the three past characters, Veko, Vazukyan, and Belaf. And we also meet Miti. There's a few things we get to know. We get to know the whole connection with Reg and Faputa. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think Faputa is that little kid that we saw with Virgo. And yeah, we'll see what happens. It's very interesting. This show is great, the whole mystery thing and everything. So interesting. So yeah, that was it. That was my reaction to Made in Abyss Season 2 episode number 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Made in Abyss. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.